Hello everybody, this is Iced Blood. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are fresh from our victory at the Tamterra Deepcroft and must inform Mother Mioun of said victory. But first, I want to show you something. Take a look at this. Elion has himself a new chest piece so that he can wear his new hat, and he looks awesome. Hey there, little buddy. Look at him. He looks like a dashing mage pirate or something. Anyway, Mother Mioun, we have returned. Let's see. Welcome back, Elion. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less, but Aaron's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Bolor Duin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we're hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Avia's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. To the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye, and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing. But you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way of some parting advice, get rid of Avia's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait! Don't leave me alone! Please! I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. Oh my. Poor Edda. And poor Avir. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes 12 times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. We're going back home. We have new gloves from a dungeon. We're not going to need these, so we're just going to go with the pieces, the bronze pieces to sell. There we go. Complete. And see what I was talking about? How the game makes player adventurers feel, like, awesome? Like, I love the fact that they explain the whole party dynamic, even with NPCs. Like, it's a nice touch. Alrighty. Let's see. Yep, the Plundered Cavalier's hat. We're starting to shape up here. Yeah. I like how the colors match, too. It's cool. Anyway, let's see. What are we doing for... yeah, we're not going to need those. What are we doing for Mamudi? So, you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned, earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. I think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Oh, I know Mistress Momodi just fine. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you'll pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, Elion, and good luck. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, so, we're going back home. Going to Ul'dah, we're going to speak to our own guild mistress, and see where she's going to take us. Spoiler alert, it's another dungeon. Alright, so off to Ul'dah, and I don't think we need to see this cutscene again. Where we get on the rickety airship with no safety precautions and just hope that we live. I have my issues with this. So anyway, like I was saying, the whole party dynamic is even expressed in NPCs, and you get the feeling, based on what we've seen so far at least, that, yeah, our parties, the parties of players that go through dungeons and actually succeed, are a rare breed. Men such as myself can be trusted to survive. Anyway, I'm not sure if she should really put that much faith in me, but hey, what the hell. Alright, so we're down here, back in Ul'dah, back home, back with the familiar setting, familiar walls, and the nice red carpet, and the corrupt government. I mean, anyway, never mind about that. Back to the Adventurers Guild we go. Ah, here we are. Back where it all started. And now we're awesome. So let's see what Momodi has for us. Let's see, where are you? Where's the innkeep? There we go. Welcome to the Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now, so if you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, Elion. And there I was spouting the same tired line. Mioun sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Alright. Oh, we get this just from talking to her. Well, we won't need these. More bronze pieces. There we are. Alright. I like my headpiece the way it is. Nice jaunty little hat there. Alright. Waiting to brief me. Belt? Is that? No. Alright. Anyway. Yes, briefed me. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty. Another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. Take her to Vale if you'd be so kind. Hey, I know that name. Hey! Excellent timing, Papa Shot. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here. Oh. Why, if it isn't my good friend Elion. Does my spirit well to know that you're the one who'll be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Elion of his mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amalgina & Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, the giants have seized control of the place. Ooh, that's not good. These giants are of the clan known as the Hassatin-Shears. I have no idea. Fearsome creatures who are sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they've managed to break through the layer of rock which served to prison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. People of that age used the satin shears to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the satin shears, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, this got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rise in demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods. To think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed. And that makes them a danger to us all. There'll be no mining at Copperbell as long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great. And so I beg of you, put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you, it's for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Alright. Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amalgina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Also known as, he's the next NPC to talk to, whether you need his counsel or not. Alright, so there we go. Copperbell Mines is our next destination. Where is Painted Mesa? Hello? Hello? Where? Hey! Wow. He's like a ninja. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are ya? You got guts, mate. I just hope you got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The satin shears have left a place in a right state, and nearly a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second Ul'dah dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern had never thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong! Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance. Don't know where I got that. In case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. Hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. I don't know where I got. Anyway, sometimes I read a little too fast. So, off to the mines we go. Now, I think I've probably pointed out the mines at least once. We've actually seen where they are. It's not that hard to get to. Let's see. Ooh, look at the glowy blue robe. I think that's metallic blue dye that they've got. Alright, so let's see here. I'm really relieved that I finally remembered / figured out how to get rid of the little, like, the chime that happens whenever I get a whisper from somebody, because I still get a lot of those. Because, you know, I might need some gil or something. Anyway, I'm fine for now, so I don't think we have to... Ooh, that's some sweet armor. I like that. Anyway, on to business. We have a mine to conquer? I'm not sure how to phrase it exactly. I guess we're on a safety mission, right? We have to subdue the rabble. I don't know. See, this is one of those missions where it starts to feel a little iffy. Like, I wonder what Elion would think of that. Like, oh my god, the slaves are feeling disgruntled after centuries of imprisonment. Anyway. I think Elion got confused. Hold on. Let's go back. And teleport. Haha. Here we go. Alright. So yeah, like, there we go. Yeah, it happens. Alright, let's go. I think, like, Elion might be wondering about whether or not it's a good idea to deal with, you know, escaped slaves like this. Like, I wonder, is this one of those situations where it's like, oh, the giants are dangerous? Well, yeah, because we enslaved them. Like, they're going to be mad at us, and they're freaking giants. Like, what are they going to do? Sit down to tea? Like, or is it one of those situations where they're actually, like, fundamentally dangerous no matter what we do, and they don't like flesh beings at all, so they're going to kill us no matter what? I'm not sure which way the lore here is going, but this is one of those missions where it feels a little iffy. Like, tackling a cult that's resurrecting the dead, sure, makes perfect sense. You know, dealing with pirates that have infiltrated a cove that could be, you know, a problem in terms of, you know, national security. Alright, that makes sense. But the mines, like, I mean, I understand the need to rebuild, but feels a little iffy this time. Nonetheless, here's my reasoning. Oh yeah, I would need to sink for this to work, wouldn't I? What the? Ah, no! Jesus. I need to get him out of the way. Out of the way! So anyway. My reasoning is that Papashan was the one that entrusted Elion to do this, and Elion trusts Papashan. He trusts the government of Ul'dah in general, I think. And so, since he's the one that said it, Elion's willing to do what needs doing. So, like, even if he wouldn't necessarily be inclined to do it of his own volition because of the way that he tends to think, I'm sure he's an advocate for freedom. I think he's still going to go along with this just because, well, a friend of his asked him for a favor. And, well, the giants have done no good to him, so he knows where his loyalties lie. And that means, you know, he's going to go with it. That's my theory, anyway. Ooh. We get one more fate, and we'll get that particular challenge done. There's one, right there. I'm going to go do this. Dun. So boy, this might take a little while. Where are we going? Listen to the little Chocobo trying to catch up. Go, Chocobo! He's fast. He's a fast little guy, just like me. Alright, so what are we doing? Here we go. Let's do this. Cactar Jack. Alright, so here's the thing about this one. These monsters always take a long time, so there we go. We're done! Look at that! Yeah, that was going to take forever anyway. Alright, so Arnold Rothstein. I like it. So yeah, we're heading to the mines. We're not going to do the full dungeon this episode just because it would add a pretty lengthy... It would make the episode a bit too long, I think. Because last time we had almost an hour, and I don't want to have you guys sit there for that long. I understand this is the age of the internet. Sometimes you don't necessarily have time to watch an hour-long video, and I don't want to subject you to that. Listening to me prattle on for so long. I'm still kind of new at this, and I'm not sure I'm able to do such a thing. So instead, we're going to get ourselves prepared. We're going to get everything set up, talk to the people we need to talk to, get things done, and then we'll have the Copperbell Mines be the subject of the next episode. So we're in Western Thanalan, but the mines are over here. Right over here. There we are. Torrid Whisper and Drunken Stag. I'm sure we'll be talking to them at some point. Yeah, I've done this before. Just in case you wondered. This is the last dungeon that was available when I did the beta. There's one more, there's a primal fight that we're going to be dealing with, but this was the last full dungeon that was available. So, there's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hessatin shears. I didn't think that Papa Sean would be able to find someone so quickly. If at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now. But it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Alright, so that's it. That's the, we've unlocked it in our duty finder, so we're going to do that next time. We're going to let Elion sit over here, and, bye-bye. Next episode, I will see you when the queue is up, so bye-bye.